In my effort to keep up with sanctuary cities and states like California, ran across an article that was very interesting and just made me appalled at what was happening in California concerning illegal immigrants. And of course, we just recently had the Grammys where everybody made their statement about, of course, they never say illegal, they just say immigrants. But they're talking about illegals. You see, me, any other citizen, no one has a problem, no one, with legal immigration, people coming from other countries following the rules. There's no issue there. The issue is people breaking the rules, breaking our laws to get here. So when you hear the Hollywood elite, the left, liberals talk about immigrants, they're talking specifically about illegal immigrants. Well, I read an article in the LA Times, and this article was written several months ago, but it said that in the year prior, there had been a huge increase in the number of Latino homelessness. And most of these people, of course, are illegal. They said it increased in 1 year by over 60%, probably a total of like 7,000 people or more, all illegals pretty much. Now, the total homeless population in Los Angeles is probably 50 to 60,000, and most of those, of course, are Hispanic, and most of those are illegal. And I am appalled. I have to confess that in a sanctuary city, especially with it's the home of the Hollywood elite, all these rich people in Malibu and Beverly Hills, and yet they have people literally dying in the streets who are homeless illegals. How can they do that? Listen, the rest of the world is watching them to see how this all turns out. And we know that if an illegal were to kill an American citizen, that's cool. That's not a problem. But how can you allow illegals to die in the streets? That's the question. And let me say this, I know it's not because you haven't tried to take care of them. I read in this article actually that like $1 billion a year is going to illegal immigrants in welfare payments. At the same time, they gave an example, this article, of one particular person who had been working for the government and lost their job. So in Los Angeles, they give jobs, government office jobs to illegals. Plus, you have the Mayor Eric Garcetti. You have the famous Congresswoman Maxine Waters. LA, man, they have made it clear that they care more about illegals than anybody on the planet. So I ask, how can you allow people, illegals, to die in your streets? It's just terrible. Well, here's some suggestions I have. Number one, tax the heck out of all those mansions and the people living in those in Malibu, Beverly Hills, and everywhere else. I mean, pay the illegals $2 billion, $10 billion. Who cares? They're worth it. And then you know what? If the increase in the illegals in homelessness was like 7,000 in a year, I tell you what, since you allow illegals to work in government offices, get rid of 7,000, especially white people. Dump them and bring in illegals to do those jobs. And the last thing I would suggest is California right now is beginning to open the doors for illegals to have the right to vote. If they get that, they could run for office. Would this be great? Imagine Eric Garcetti, the current mayor of LA, running against an illegal alien. I mean, that would be awesome because, number one, what would he run on? And number two, the illegal would have a great chance of winning in LA. That would be the epitome. And I want to close with this to the Democrats. It's so funny to me in Washington because all the Democrats are led by whites. You got Chuck Schumer and Dickie Durbin and Elizabeth Warren, and you got over in the House, Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, and the rest. The Democrats are a white party, even though they long to be this all-inclusive, multicultural party. But they need to realize that once they give amnesty to enough Mexicans and Hispanics, that, yeah, they may vote Democratic, but they're going to vote those white people out. They are going to lose their power. Just my thought.